afternoon, everybody. Are y'all sleeping? Good afternoon. Nice. This is what I know of you. You have a lot of energy. Having spent some time with you, you have that energy. It is with great honor that I welcome you graduates to the CERT training from the Miku and Sufre districts. And as we know, CERT is Community Emergency Response Teams. The training project entitled Building Resilience of Small Tourism Enterprises in the Caribbean to Build Disasters was one sponsored by the Organization of American States to build response to the tourism industry and to the communities. The cadre of trainees has evidently shown the strong public-private partnership which can be developed, and we would like that to continue within our CERT teams in both districts. Since the training, we have noted that you have kept together and continued to build the CERT teams by becoming a family. We do not want you to discount or underestimate it because it is important when you respond. You will know each other, you will know of your habits, you will know, well, okay, we went out to assist, we haven't seen Mr. Exciting. Where is he? It's not his habit. So we can go back to find him. You understand? So you would know each other, continue to be a family in your WhatsApp chats, check on each other, and continue as you have been doing. The week-long training we note was one of sacrifice, and indeed it was intense, but as one of the graduates, I can say that we survived. And for me, I was very happy that I took part in the CERT training. I can now say that I can go out there and support my workplace. I can use the CERT training in my workplace or in my community. So it is not just to respond to the tourism industry, but you can use it anyway. So if you belong to a school, you can build your CERT team in your school. And as we learned from Mr. Shallery, always Dorothy's.
Thank you. I wish I could take credit for saying that the OAS, that I made this happen. I didn't make this happen. There's a lot of people behind this. I don't want to be the old lady after saying that I have been for more than 25 years at the OAS, the old lady that starts every conversation with a story. But there's a lot of people behind this initiative. And I just want to safety first, so I'll be short. The Americas, and I don't have to tell this to you, is one of the most disaster-prone regions in the world. And in recent years, climate change or climate crisis has triggered an increase in the frequency and the magnitude of the natural disasters. These natural disasters will continue to have severe consequences on the livelihoods of everybody, and to the OAS, it is incredibly important to make sure that we have this CERTs. So CERT, because it has a focus on the community, on you working on being independent, on you being able to be the trainers on an approach that is designed to empower communities and to build the partnerships, public-private partnerships, and integrate CERT, whether at the level of tourism enterprises, as Ms. Medard said, or at actual community organizations. So it is important to introduce that into formal and professional disaster preparedness and response institutional arrangements and capabilities. As part of its contribution to the emergence, resilience building, ethic, and campaign in the Caribbean, the General Secretariat of the OAS, who I represent today, through its project Building the Resilience of Small Tourism Enterprises in the Caribbean to Disasters, is committed to providing technical assistance in building the resilience in the region's small tourism enterprises, and by providing technical and financial support for the training of the communities. And that's what we did in these two trainings. The project was designed to assist small tourism enterprises in the Caribbean to be able to overcome the micro and macro level challenges that affect the business continuity during and after catastrophic events. I will go to the story, and the story is that in 2021, two representatives from San Lucia received a certification for their participation in the joint OAS FEMA regional CERT training, and because of COVID, we were just thinking about this, it had to be virtual. So one of them is here, and one of them was the facilitators today. And that makes me reflect on the fact that there were two people who received this training. One of them is here, and he has trained this amount of people. So this is the first generation. This graduation is very emblematic for me because I wonder how is the second and third generation going to look like if one person from a two-person training was able to train this amount of people, two communities. How is it going to look next time? It is part of the agreement that Nemo and the OAS signed that you were going to receive a certificate if you complete the course successfully. So when we give you the certificate, I want to say to you, well, I want to say to everybody, thank you. Thank Nemo for believing in the OAS and for believing in this project. Thank you for believing in the added capacity that you can bring to your communities and that the usefulness of this. But when you receive the certificate, you don't only get the recognition of having completed the course, but also the responsibility of being the seeds to disseminate this new third generation of people. So congratulations and thank you very much.
For most of you, the first order of business was the exam, the pre-exam. You know, and everybody grumbled, and the lowest score we had was 30% in the initial exam, and the highest one being about 74, if I remember correctly. And in the end, we told you we were happy that you would, the pass mark had to be 60% or more. And we were happy when those of you who got less than 60 got it. It was a moment for us to teach and see if learning would have occurred. And you trusted us that we knew what we were doing, and in the end, I must say that we fortunately had 100% pass on both cohorts, with an average now of 71% on both sides. So again, give yourself a wonderful round of applause. Right? It showed your resilience, it showed your dedication, and it showed that learning occurred and you realized the importance of that cert training. And we want you to continue to learn and to teach. It's only when you teach, you will really learn. That's why we want to enforce that whatever agency you are attached with, continue teaching, continue imparting that knowledge, and so it will stick with you. And maybe in the next cohort of trainers, some of you will be there. So I am very proud that everyone was successful in the training. We are very proud that you are excited to go into your different agencies and impart that knowledge. So at this time, we want to reward you with your certificates, and I ask Ms. Lily Chin to give off the first set of certificates. Tanya McKenzie. Lencia Mathurin. Maria Vida. Tristan Monrose. Silverius Philippe. Anisha Stanislas. Anisha was our youngest participant, 18 years old. Showing Xavier. Colicia Aristide. Calvin Caglin. And Elomina Adonis Girard. So now we want to call on the District Disaster Committee Chair of Mikud North, Miss Marcelina Newton. Avelina Augustine Mata. Cyrilia Bellman. Edlon Shalry. Anika Shalmine. Vincent Clark. Neve Colimo. Andre Edwin. Leah Emmanuel. Peter Jean-Baptiste. Donna Joseph.
What story going on there?
Thank you, Mrs. Newton. I want to call on the USAID DBHA representative, Ms. Anne Jean-Baptiste, BHA. Shanna Lacobinier, Marlon Leons, Yanda McFarlane, Andrea Monero James, Livon Silly, Casey Silis Emmanuel, and Shane St. Clair. Nadia Casabon, Tristan Monrose, and Anisha Stanislas. Yes. The you die phrase is one that that it's deliberate here. For the CERT trainees, they would understand that the number one priority is to save your life and then every other life that you come in contact with. You don't give any more injury to any life that you get. So Bella being here late means that she died. Right? So it's something that we made part of the training, that if you understand that your actions or your inactions can lead to your death or others' death, people would realize how necessary it is for them to be very, very responsible with their actions and their inactions. And when we know that whatever we do or don't do can save a life or cause a death, we are more responsible and it's more meaningful. So throughout our training, we knew that some people died very often. I'm not saying anything about Nakai, you know. So, right. So we're happy that everyone survived. And to make sure that we survive, we're going to call on Miss Nadia Casabor to give our closing remarks.
As the Deputy Chairperson for the Soufrière Disaster Committee, it is my pleasure to welcome all of you here to Soufrière at this closing ceremony, where you receive your certificates to become members of CERT. And it is upon me to say thank you to those persons who made it possible. And I would like to recognize the funding agency, OAS, and representative that we have here, the resident representative, Ms. Lily Chin, the USAID representative, Ms. Anja Battis from the BHA unit. Special thanks to our Nemo director, Ms. Maria Meda, our facilitators, the trainers, Mr. David Shalry and Mr. Irenaeus Hen, and to all of you who took time off from your work, who deemed this training important enough. I'm sure quite a bit of you accepted or agreed to participate but had no clue what you were getting yourselves into. And upon completion, you are now, everybody, a round of applause for being the first two CERT trained teams in St. Lucia.